Thank you, members of the media, for coming here today. Today we're going to have a walkabout at West Pembroke School to have a look at the progress of the works. We're looking at the school readiness across the island for the opening of the new school year. All schools will be ready for students on September the 3rd. All major works not completed today will be completed before students enter school. In addition to West Pembroke Primary, the following schools were painted throughout, internal and external: Heron Bay Primary, St. George's Preschool, East End Primary, and Prospect Primary. All other schools received touch-up paint work. New bathrooms have been installed at this school, and bathroom renovations are at various stages of completion at West End Primary, Paget Primary, Elliott Primary, and Prospect Primary. These will be completed in time for the school openings. Every school has received some degree of work based on agreement between the Ministries of Education and Public Works based on proposals put forward by the principals. This work includes painting, replacing fixtures, replacing fencing, field upgrades, bathroom upgrades, driveway resurfacing, and other minor works. The combined expenditure for school works this summer between the Ministries of Education and Public Works is approximately $1.27 million. The bulk of works is complete, and buildings have been turned over to the custodians, who are busy with heavy cleaning and waxing of floors. In some schools, Prospect Primary, Heron Bay, Paget Primary, and West Pembroke, work will continue right up until the opening of the school. Meetings will be held with principals so that they know our exact timeline for completion of these works. In a few cases, Port Royal Primary, where we must complete work to the music room roof, East End Primary Field, which is a Parks Department project, but will need the month of September for the grass to knit properly. TNT Tatum Middle School Auditorium, where air conditioning units are anticipated to arrive next week. Bellwood Middle School, where the work on the wall on Angle Street will commence shortly. And West End Primary, where an electrical upgrade is due. Work will continue after school openings on those projects. However, steps are being taken to ensure that this work will not interrupt the flow of students and staff and will not disrupt learning. I would like to give my thanks to the Public Works staff, the education staff, and to all our small contractors for the work they have accomplished in a small window we have had between the closing of school and the reopening of schools in September. And I would like to take this opportunity to name some of the small contractors who are involved in the works on the schools. These include Team 6 Maintenance, Just Roofs Plus, Jerry Smith and Family, Floyd's Painting, Inside Out Painting, Decor Painting, and TriStar. And as I said, also the Works and Engineering teams who work so diligently on these projects. Thank you very much for coming here today, and I'll hand over to the Acting Minister of Education.
Good morning, and thank you. Pleased to talk a little bit about the project on behalf of my colleague, Nelton Brangman. I'd just like to echo my colleague's comments, Mr. Munnis's, that we're delighted that all schools will be ready to start at the opening of school day. And also to reinforce the fact that a lot of work was done between both the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Public Works. The Ministry of Education alone had some 20 different contractors who worked on these jobs of the some $1.25 million that was spent over the course of the summer. So I think that was a boost to the economy as well, with my economic development hat on. I'd like principally to address the issue of staffing, which is, as many will know, has been a difficulty in the past for the Ministry of Education. The ministry started some 2 months early in November of this year, and due to retirements, non-renewal of contracts, and resignations, there were some 75 positions that had to be filled. You will know that there are about 900 positions when you include principals, teachers, learning support teachers, paraprofessionals, and others. So what the ministry at this point finds is that some 55 of these 75 have actually been filled at this point. There are some 20 left. 8 of those will be filled by the time that school starts, and the ministry is currently looking to cover the remaining 12 positions, either through stand-in or through hiring additional people in the meantime. This has been a moving target because a number of these resignations have occurred in the last couple of weeks, so the ministry is doing its best to cover it. But when you look at some 900 positions, having to fill 12 before the end of the school year certainly is a very positive initiative, and that's less than 1% or about 1% of the overall positions filled. So I think the ministry is in very good shape. We're pleased with the progress that we've made in filling these positions, and I think we'll be very much ready to start the school year.